Chapter 6 Silver Spoon's Secret Stash. I want to let you know to all my listeners that if any one of you is making a dirty joke right at the moment, I know where you live. Once the quartet entered the room, Silver Spoon used a metal plate to hid the door as its own makeshift door, blocking the vault door from being able to close. You know, every time you mention the word vault, all I'm thinking is Fallout Equestria. The inside of the bunker was little more than a cave dug into the ground. It's about the size of a small bedroom, though the lack of a bed did make it feel spacious. To the three locals, this was just a neat little hideaway place for it. But to Oculus, there was a distinct little comfort it gave her. The sensation wasn't anything new to Oculus, but it was the first time she actually considered it. Princess Celestia had suggested that Trixie should make her bedroom into a basement. She always felt comfortable in her room, despite how most Carolosians would find such as horrid or uncouth or beastly. Now, she was feeling the same instinctual sense of home again that she never questioned about her own home room since she was home here.
Do I feel more comfortable in caves because I'm a changeling?
Aiko said to herself.
Or do the other three feel just as home as I do here? Hey, Oculus, are you okay?
Silver Spoon asked, bringing Changeling back to reality.
You look a bit distracted. Oh, I'm fine, Aiko said. It's just that this reminds me of my room in my home, Carolot. Your room's in a cave. No, it's in a basement,
Aiko's corrected.
But I always felt comfortable in my room. I like being underground. It's so comfortable to me for some reason. It's a great hideout,
Rumble said.
But I prefer something more open. This hideout doesn't even have a window. If I were stuck here in 4 days, I'd go crazy. Aw, it's Rumble claustrophobic,
Sleepbell teased.
No,
Rumble stared.
It's just a Pegasus thing, that's all. It's not claustrophobia if it's just a Pegasus thing.
No, that would be Rainbow. That would be Rainbow's light. Nothing to you about your fear of claustrophobia. Not at all.
I'm keeping my eye on you. If claustrophobia can't be considered a racial trait, then what would you call that trait that Pegasi have?
I guess called.
I don't know, but it's not claustrophobia,
Rumble insisted.
Besides, I'm not afraid of enclosed spaces. I just prefer open spaces. That still falls under the technical definition, Aiko said. A phobia isn't always defined as a fear. It's defined as an aversion to something. For example, oil isn't alive, but it can't be afraid of water. But because oil doesn't mix with water, it means that oil is hydrophobic. Pegasi have a natural aversion to enclosed spaces. So even though Pegasi aren't afraid of enclosed spaces, they can be considered naturally claustrophobic because of their aversion to enclosed spaces.
Thank you, Encyclopedia Oculus, said sarcastically.
I wonder if Mom will let me add a skylight window in here, Silver Spoon wondered. It would be nice if natural light was let in. I know Vinyl would add one without a second thought.
Why do I get a feeling that's happened before? Rumble asked rhetorically.
Do you remember the ice cream incident about 5 years ago?
Sleepbell replied.
Can we please not talk about that? Silver Spoon asked,
her face flushing in embarrassment. Oculus was conflicted between wanting to know what happened and wanting to respect Silver Spoon's desire to not talk about it. But she chose her friend's comfort over her own curiosity. Silver Spoon went over to a photo album. She opened up to a page where a foal lay in the crib adorned with music notes.
Is that you as a foal?
Oculus asked, receiving a nod from Silver Spoon.
I think you look less like Lyra's daughter and more like Lyra's clone. The only thing missing is a horn. According to Aunt Vinyl, that's exactly what Lyra said, Silver Spoon said with a giggle. In fact, the crib was the same one Lyra had as a foal.
Silver Spoon turned the page and revealed another photo. It's nearly identical to the first, the largest difference being that the foal had a little horn. Have you ever seen Silver Spoon and Lyra together at the same time? Rumble asked. This received a laugh from everyone in the room. Meanwhile, Trixie had arrived back at Sweet Harvest Acres to check in on the catering. What she saw was impressive, and it wasn't the food, although that too was mouth-watering. Ponies. lots and lots of ponies.
Trixie,
A familiar deep voice came from the distance.
it's good to see you again.
Trixie ran towards the voice, seeing the large red stallion called out to her.
I came to check up on how the catering was doing,
Trixie pointed out.
Can I assume that these guests are here for the Apple family reunion you were telling me about?
Yep,
Big Mac confirmed.
would you like me to introduce you to the family?
Oh, we could be here for a while, couldn't we?
Are you sure we have the time?
Trixie asked.
It looks like a big family.
Big Mac gave a smug grin.
I've had practice. Besides, it's never lunchtime.
He then grabbed a metal rod and walked over to a triangle and struck it, shouting out with a loud booming voice,
Zoom on, everybody!
Trixie, recovering from the earthquake that was Big Mac's voice, watched as a stampede ran towards the picnic table Deb had prepared. Each member carrying the dish that had prepared. Big Mac led her to the table to introduce her family to her. You know, doing a whole family routine is a common joke. But in the way you could tell, and the way you do it, it can still be funny. And that's what I like about the whole Apple family introduction. Quick, easy, and fast. But it also has something else. It really does show you the naming conventions of the entire show. Again, no need for a big explanation, no need for dramatics. Just, here's the family, here's the list. Good to know.
There's apple fritter, apple pumpkin, red gala, red delicious, golden delicious, caramel apple, apple strudel, apple tart, baked apples, apple rose, apple cinnamon crisp.
Big Mac paused to take a deep breath after pointing out each family member one by one.
And y'all already know Carrot Top, Apple Bloom, Granny Smith, and this here's my sister from Manhattan, Apple Shuck. Every pony, this here is Trixie. And Princess Celestia's representative for Carol, so oversee what's going on with the food.
Trixie took note of the orange mare that Big Mac introduced as his other sister. Now Apple Bloom seemed like a completely different pony around her. Her nose, however, took note of the aroma of all the apple trees now on the table. And Trixie knew that Oculus was going to be jealous.
If it weren't for the faulty door, I'd be totally jealous of you,
Oculus said to Silver Spoon, as the quartet now headed to Secret Cube Corn for lunch.
It'd be nice to have a cube to myself where I could hide away from the world. Well, that is technically what I have my room for, Silver Spoon said. It can be hard to be afraid to get sick during flu season. It can be really lonely. It's kind of ironic when I get lonely. I want to be alone, isn't it?
Yeah, kinda, Rumble said, getting a glare for Sleepbell. What?
I think you make it comforting to make it easier when you want to feel like you need to be alone, Sleepbell said.
Return your attention, Silver Spoon.
I don't think you want to be alone when you're lonely. I think you just want to be more comfortable when you feel like you have no other option. I guess that makes sense, Silver Spoon said. Zeta tried to change the topic. So you three looking forward to the Summer Sun celebration?
Of course, Rummer exclaimed.
It's the one night a year where I get to stay up all night. Just remember to get a nap in before the night, Sleepbell said. Otherwise you'll probably fall asleep and miss it like you did last year. Did you get to stay up all night?
Oculus asked.
It's a Ponyville tradition, Sleepbell said. On the Summer Sun celebration, it's just to stay up all night so we can see Princess Celestia raise the sun. It's extra special this year because we actually get to watch Princess Celestia do it instead of just watching sunrise. I hope Mom lets me stay up late too,
Oculus exclaimed, excited about the idea. And meanwhile,
I'm ready to handle this. I know I could do this. The princess would have put me in charge of something so important if she didn't believe I was capable.
Twilight was hyping herself up. Princess Celestia had just left for Ponyville to attend the Millennial Summer Sun celebration. Twilight's confidence in herself was less than ideal.
Oh, who am I kidding? I'm not ready to rule Equestria. What was Celestia thinking?
I get why you're worried. I mean, you can't even cook for yourself. That's what I'm for, Spike said in a half-sarcastic tone. But the princess trusts you. It was either going to be you or Trixie. Do you really think things would be better if Trixie were in charge? Trixie, now an alicorn, was sitting on the throne with several spotlights pointing at her.
I have ascended to new greatness,
Princess Trixie stated, rolling her R's extra long.
I am now the royally glorious Princess Trixie!
Fireworks started to go off all around Equestria and beyond for the fanfare. Twilight showed her the vision she just had. I don't think Equestria is big enough for an ego that inflated, Twilight said. But it still feels like I'm simply the lesser of two evils. Twilight then felt a gentle hoof on her shoulder. She looked to see a white unicorn with a black suit, blue mane, and monocle.
Hallelujah!
I'm sure you'll do just fine,
Fancy Pants said.
The princess trusts you enough to put you in charge, and she has some advisors, like myself, to help mitigate the responsibilities.
I suppose it's only for a short time,
Twilight said to herself, trying to encourage herself by adding to what Fancy Pants said.
After all, how much would I need to do in a single night? I'm just here to make sure that everything runs smoothly while the princess is away.
What's the spirit, Twilight?
Fancy Pants said with a smile.
With all help, you may have an easier job than your friend Trixie and Polyphile.
But why would the princess give Trixie a harder job? Spike asked. An image of cornflower blue wings flashed in Twilight's mind. She inserted the image out of her head. It's not about the difficulty of their task, but who's best for the task, Twilight answered. And do you really think things would be better if Trixie were in charge?
Hey, this is my line, Spike interrupted,
causing Twilight to laugh at the dragon's pouting. Twilight recomposed herself and tried to do her best to fill the role she had been given. Fancy Pants, has Princess Celestia's trip to Playfield been doing well so far?
Clear skies and calm weather, so there should be minimal turbulence for the flight there,
Fancy Pants said professionally.
She also has a dozen royal guards accompanying her, so she'll be well protected. And she left Catalot in good hands while she was away.
Anything else I need to be aware of?
The royal court is cancelled today due to the summer sun celebration. Any paperwork is her responsibility, not hers. Her great-grandnephew, Prince Blueblood, may come insisting that he's the rightful ruler after Celestia. If that was to happen, we will let him know that his bloodline doesn't trump Celestia's decision. However, you can tolerate his attitude. Prince Blueblood is a competent politician and will be assisted as it arises.
Twilight listened to Fancy Pants list off everything Celestia has done. So it seems like there's little for me to do then, Twilight asked.
Well, there is one thing you may be able to help with.
Meanwhile, is Chef Bon Appetit here? Twilight asked. She was now in the royal kitchen. The head chef was notorious for refusing to take days off. However, this was a special case. I'd like to speak to the head chef about taking a day off. A cream-colored unicorn mare appeared in front of her. Unicorn mare? Wait. Are we talking actual pony? An actual mare who actually would be cooking. Not a ram. Not a Gordon Ramsay reference. Just a pony. What is up with this Thick? I know. Thick. A little note here. I don't think you get it. It has been tradition, and a lot of the fics that I've read, that when we're talking about Celestia's personal chef and the kitchen, it has to be a Gordon Ramsay joke. And it has to be a ram. I mean, who else could it be? It's clear that she was more green around the face, not because of her fur.
Oh, Miss Blueblood, I didn't know you were gonna be here today.
I'm Twilight Sparkle, Twilight corrected.
Oh, silly me.
The chef said with a sniffle. The princess put me in charge while she was away for the summer sun celebration, Twilight explained. And
The millennial summer sun's to Carolina today?
Bon Appetit exclaimed.
First I forget who you are, then I forget what day it is. What's next? I just don't know what to be wrong lately.
You're clearly sick, Twilight said bluntly, summoning a mirror for the chef to see her face. You need to take a vacation to get better. The image Bon Appetit saw in the mirror and was horrendous. She had puffy, bloodshot eyes, and snot dripping from her muzzle, swaying just to name a few descriptors.
Oh my, is that me?
She asked.
I could take a vacation. I'm the head chef, Achoo!
Twilight still in a hazardous waste bag and put the now snot-covered mirror into it, sealing the bag and dismissing it with her magic. The fact that you're the head chef is all the more reason for you not to be here today, Twilight explained. I can imagine if you were to make a meal for the princess, but being sick, any illness you may have may end up with the food. And if Celestia were to eat that food, she'd get sick as well. And you know that if Celestia were here right now, she want you to go home so you can...
I suppose that makes sense. Achoo!
Twilight had put up a barrier, which was now covered in snot. She then summoned a face mask and covered Bon Appetit's muscle with it. And you're not the only chef on staff. Twilight finished. The castle could do without your services for a short time while you recover. Bon Appetit realized. After all, her head was foggy. Twilight made a good point. The idea of crawling into bed and getting some sleep was sounding more and more appealing. I must admit, I'm impressed, Fancy Pants said to Smike after hearing that Twilight convinced head chef Bon Appetit to take a sick day. He's been working here for 20 years, and not once has he taken a sick day or a vacation day. Not even the princess herself could convince her to take a day off. Are you saying you didn't expect Twilight to succeed? Spike replied. Don't get the wrong idea, but no, I didn't. Fancy Pants answered. As I said, not even Princess Celestia could convince her to take a day off. She could have used her authority to make it a royal order, but she has good time to do that. If you didn't think Twilight would succeed, then why suggest it? Princess Celestia has made sure that Twilight had little that she needed to, so I figured that putting her to Bon Appetit would have been a way for her to spend time. Fancy Pants had a thoughtful look. But Twilight was able to succeed when the princess herself has failed. She chose well to put Twilight in charge. Twilight Sparkle is far more capable than she believes herself to be. Meanwhile, Trixie had picked up Oculus on her way back, finding her in the other folds at Sukaku Corner. When they returned to Down Hall in their little motel room, Trixie just gave Oculus a couple little apple fritters and a slice of carrot cake he brought back from Sweet Harvest Acres. Oculus ravenously attacked the treats like a timber wolf on its prey. The reaction was fascinating to Trixie. The farmers must put a lot of love and care into their crops, so the apples that have love energy so ingrained to their essence. After devouring her prey, Oculus looked at Trixie, a question in her mind.
Mom, your suggestion to stay up all night to watch the summer sun celebration.
Oculus said, gazing into puppy dog eyes.
Do we see it too? But also get a nap in first so I don't fall asleep.
They do they? Trixie questioned. The hopeful joy she saw in her adopted daughter's face was infectious.
Well, as long as it's tradition, I'm all stranger to all nighters.
Thanks for Twilight.
So we might as well make the most of it. Right?
Seeing Oculus's ear-to-ear grin, Trixie wondered if Changeling could use their magic to split their head in half by smiling wide enough. But like Twilight, Trixie wasn't interested in that theory.
So, Oculus, how was your day?